The Court of First Instance in Doha, Qatar, handed down a verdict this week sentencing 8 Indian former Navy officials to death in connection with their involvement in the now defunct Al Dahra company known as Dahra Global. The verdict has prompted an immediate response and shock over the Indian subcontinent. Qatar has previously been accused of funding terror for lots of years. Qatar has close links to Pakistan and also the terror groups, but yet Qatar and India are still maintaining a close tie. India needs Qatar now. Let's see the reasons why. First, the basics. Qatar is located in the West Asia. It is a very small country, just about 160 kilometers from north to south. Its overall population is just 2.9 million. But out of that 2.9 million, also about 90% of them are foreign migrant workers working in Qatar. And many of those migrants are from India. Qatar is a major oil and a gas power. Its energy exports have brought it immense wealth. Qatar has per capita GDP of 82,000 US dollars, and it's one of the highest in the world. Its wealth has also given the country diplomatic influence despite its small size. The country is an important partner for America and hosts a US military base. It has also supported America's military interventions in the regional countries like Libya. At the same time, it has a difficult relationship with other Arab countries, particularly Saudi Arabia. Part of the reason is its backing for the Islamist groups like Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas. Saudi Arabia and UAE believe Qatar's policies have destabilized the region. In 2017, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, and Jordan severed ties with Qatar and began a blockade of the country. The crisis was resolved with Qatar leveraging US influence to settle the tensions. But the perception of Qatar as a state with terror links has stuck. Ultimately, from a distance, Doha was becoming synonymous with being a host to Hamas, Hezbollah, and Taliban, as per the analyst Kabir Taneja. Qatar has also has a good relationship with Pakistan. In fact, in 2022, it gave Pakistan around $2 billion to ease its financial crisis. Both countries have a close military relationship also. Despite all this, which is going against India's thought process, Qatar is an important asset to India. Probably that is the reason why India has approached this case cautiously till now. Few things as to why we want Qatar by our side still. Number one, energy. India needs imports of liquefied natural gas from Qatar. Much of their 15 billion trade relationship is made up of these energy imports. Despite this energy dependence, India's energy firms have tried to increase their imports from Qatar. Analysts explain that the India's energy relationship with Qatar has become even more important after the Russia-Ukraine war, which caused disruptions to supplies from Russia. This means that more European countries are chasing Qatar gas supplies, and this in turn means more competition for India. It also partly explains why India is careful with Qatar. The analysts explain that while trade in oil is happening on the open market, trade in natural gas takes place through government to government deals. This means geopolitical and good bilateral relations are key to India's energy imports. Number two, investments. India has been keen to attract investments from Qatar, particularly from its sovereign wealth fund. The Qatar Investment Authority invested $1 billion in Reliance Retail. In 2022, then Vice President Venkaiah Naidu estimated that Qatari FDI investments have increased fivefolds. Number three, labor. According to MEA data in Parliament, Qatar is home to more than 8 lakh Indians. This makes up a large chunk of foreign migrant laborers in Qatar. Those migrant workers have been a key part of the bilateral relationship. Since Qatar detained 8 former naval officers in 2022, India has treaded cautiously. Although Qatar hasn't even made the charges public, India hasn't made fiery public statements. Rather, it has tried to avoid the impression of it interfering with Qatar's judicial process. Even when the Qatari court sentenced the naval officers to death, India said little beyond expressing shock. It simply said that it would take the matter up with Qatari authorities. Given the importance of bilateral ties, India seems to prefer quiet backroom door diplomacy. Probably this is the reason why India has still not made any deep comments till now. We will have to wait and watch as to what the outcome will be and how our diplomatic pressures work on Qatar. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel for such more updates. Thank you.